and we demand the immediate resignation of the SHA chairman who is associated with Ladnan medical facility. We also demand for the resignation of the CEO, SHA, who is facilitating this theft. And we are telling particularly the head of state and his friend Duale, Kenyans have unearthed the scam you schemed to put in place for a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow Kenyans, thank you for being here today. From the very beginning, we raised serious concerns regarding the establishment of the Social Health Authority, SHA. We warned about the rushed implementation, the lack of transparency in acquisition of the system, the extreme questionable financial decisions surrounding the program. We questioned why government chose to purchase a system costing 104 billion, a system with no clear state ownership, when in fact upgrading the system from what we had in NHIF would cost the taxpayers about 700 million today. The reason behind the rush is clear. SHA is not a reform. SHA is a grand calculated scam. We have uncovered evidence of deep-rooted conflicts of interest. The Cabinet Secretary Health is reportedly associated with the same company that developed the SHA system. As you may be aware, there is reason for us to bring this up because the CS for Health is associated with Convergence, one of the companies in the consortium, and there is an advisor in State House who is associated with Mpya, the two companies that government has outsourced the approvals and payment of claims to. The company, a company in charge of revenue collection and payments. Further, the chairman of SHA has links to Ladnan Hospital, which has already received 66 million shillings under this scheme. Payments under SHA are skewed and discriminatory. Some providers are consistently paid, while others offering genuine health services have never received a cent. Worse still, ghost facilities, as you may have seen, are being paid regularly. Let us give you some examples. And in some of these examples, you realize there is an astronomical increase in the number of facilities, particularly in the northeastern region. When we had NHIF, we had 153 facilities accredited by NHIF across the northeastern region. However, with the coming in of SHA, we have close to 700 facilities that have been accredited in the past few months. And it is equally discriminatory. They have reduced the number of accredited facilities across particularly Western region, Nyanza region, so that they can increase the numbers in areas they wanted to unleash this scheme. Nyandiwa dispensary, for example, which has been closed for some time, continues to receive payments. Divine Sparkle Medical Center in Rangwe, Homa Bay County, received 2.8 million in June, yet it does not even exist. In northeastern and Mandera, the number of, like I've said, accredited facilities has increased. Recently, hospitals are the biggest beneficiaries. Hospitals that have been there for a long time don't seem to be receiving the amounts that are paid by SHA. New facilities registered in 25 in the year 2024 are the ones that receive these funds regularly. Wante Nursing Home Limited, registered on 12th of February 2025, applied to the Ministry of Health the very next day and was approved the same day. It has no physical location, yet by April, it had received 3.8 million shillings. And that is why the ministry quickly brought down their website so that you and the rest of Kenyans don't get to see what is going on there. Sipili Maternity and Nursing Hospital, which was shut down 3 years ago after an expose by the NTV, revealed sexual harassment by its owner, has received close to 5 million shillings. Who is running this facility? Does it even have a license? And who actually licensed it? SHA also has a clear scheme of theft by duplication. We have seen private nursing homes registered using the same names as existing public facilities. For example, Kasadamu Medical Center Limited and Kasadamu Dispensary, a blatant trick to facilitate the looting. The means testing system that Kenyans are forced to use because, not every Kenyan accesses the digital platforms they're insisting that people use. Now, the means testing system, which is supposed to determine the financial ability of every Kenyan, is another joke. Regardless of a person's economic status or situation, everyone is awarded 92,000 shillings every financial year, regardless of what other existing conditions that you have. On payments that are made even from offices of members of parliament, payments that are made after the 10th of every month are automatically flagged as late payments. Yet these are prepayments, and penalties are unfairly imposed. You have seen the CS and the CEO of SHA hurriedly try to particularly attack and discontinue services of mission hospitals, particularly those owned by the Catholic Church, those owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, because they are trying to look for means of trying to demonstrate that there is something they're actually doing to deal with this scam. Yet, the government has now resorted to arbitrarily reject claims, punishing facilities that raise concerns about SHA. A clear tactic of intimidation. When you are told that SHA is working, that SHA does not work. They are actually using the NHIF system and use the payment system that is outsourced to this Apero and Convergence. And then they intimidate hospitals that refuse to treat patients who because they have not been paid by SHA. Let us now speak plainly about the financial mess we are in. When NHIF was shut down, that was sometime in October 2024, the arrears they had were totaling 32 billion. And it was a scheme. This scheme was to push these pending bills so that anybody who tries to claim will be pushed to go and talk to some agent so that they discuss about commissions that they are supposed to pay for them to be given what is rightfully theirs. Now, NHIF had a bill of 32 billion. In just 10 months, SHA has already accumulated 43 billion. A baby who can hardly crawl has already accumulated 43 billion in unpaid claims. And remember, any patient going to India or abroad for treatment does not get any support from SHA. Why? They have not paid any hospitals in India. We are saying enough is enough. And as our team, we have close to 70 members of parliament that are part of this team. They are not able to be here today because we are on recess. And we've said enough is enough. We now demand for the immediate resignation of Honorable Aden Duale, the CS for Health, for number 1, conflict of interest, number 2, complacency, number 3, trying to hoodwink Kenyans with theatrics of summoning the media to harass facilities, to suspend some facilities. He's been talking tough out here, putting up face just to hoodwink Kenyans.
and we demand the immediate resignation of the SHA chairman who is associated with Ladnan facility, medical facility. We also demand for the resignation of the CEO, SHA, who is facilitating these thefts. And we are telling particularly the head of state and his friend Duale, Kenyans have unearthed the scam you schemed to put in place for a long time. The Committee on Health is equally investigating this further, the committee in the National Assembly and in the Senate, so that as we resume from recess, we want to put together a commission of inquiry so that we get to know how much money has been scammed from Kenyans through these schemes. You remember initially when I appeared before you, the media, individually, I had raised some of these issues.